Alright, cool. So, if you guys haven't heard about NatureBoy is this guy who claims to be this healer, who claims to be the Messiah, who claims to be all these things. To me, he just seems like some real broke hotep dude who just like talks about how he can save the world and how he's gonna save the black nation and all this other stuff. And he basically has, or I guess he's staying somewhere in the islands, or I don't even know where this guy's location is, but he's been recruiting girls, guys, people that, have had really rough backgrounds, and just like really rough upbringings, or just like not the best upbringings, right? And I see why so many people get into cults. Like, I'm a Scorpio, and I think cults are one of the most interesting things in the world. Like secret societies, all that. I find them pretty interesting. The reason I find them interesting is because the human mind to me is so complex, and to make someone completely submit to you in this way by like joining a group or some type of like a cult or some congregation or a church, for you to just join that and completely forget everything in your life is like pretty freaking intense. It's crazy to me, very Machiavellianist. Like, it's like, wow, it's intense. And I always find these stories super interesting just because I know what it's like to want to belong, to want to look for a family, for wanting a team, for wanting support and acceptance. Kind of like, how people from the streets, because I'm from the hood too, like you're looking for acceptance in gangs, or in certain groups of people, like the cool kids, or the bad chicks, or whatever it is, right? And it's sad because I saw this clip, okay, of this young girl, this young lady who basically killed her mom after she was in Carbon Nation for about 2 weeks. Yeah. So a girl killed her mom, that was in Carbon Nation for 2 weeks. She's only been there 2 weeks, and already, coming back, she was just disturbed. Another thing that I found very, very frightening, just the fact that there's different pages or different type of articles talking about how this guy is transmitting sexually transmitted diseases. He's passing around diseases to people that come into his camp. Most people come into his camp with the intentions of releasing whatever pain or disease they're going through, or solving whatever it is problem that they have. But instead, they end up in a situation where they're with some psychotic dude that can't control his anger, who basically just really wants to sleep with anything that walks, and wants to gain attention, clout, and admiration through the YouTube streets, or through social media, or whatever media could offer him any attention. People have died in his camp, in his cult. People have died in this guy's hands. People have had heart attacks. People have lost their lives. And it's gotten to the point where they're saying things like, oh, well, there's more going on over there. They're sacrificing babies, they're hitting babies, they're having inappropriate type of relations in front of the children. And kind of, like people are saying that they are basically coaching, or what is that word? Grooming these children, especially the daughters, to grow up and feel comfortable seeing that kind of behavior already. And I feel like NatureBoy's the kind of guy, like if all the men could be wiped out and all the grown women could be wiped out and he could just stay with the baby girls, he might. So it gives me a lot of vibes. So yeah, and he needs to be taken down. Like for real, like I don't even know why it's taking so long to take a guy like this down. It's disappointing. The fact that he has over 80K followers, like who are these people following this guy? Believing in what this guy has to say? And what are these people doing at home? Like, are they practicing half of the crap this guy is saying? This guy is taking, and listen, I'm an atheist or agnostic person because I'm kind of teeter-tottering in that. But my parents are pastors, and like, and just to let you know, my parents are like not like the coolest people. My stepdad is a decent human being, my mom not so much. But what I learned was I had to open the Bible myself and read it. You know, I had to open the Bible myself and read it, and that's something that a lot of people struggle with. Oh, well, you know, people say that this is what it says in the Bible, or, you know, they'll give you a quote but not really know, you know, what it actually says. They'll tell you a verse, but they don't really know what the verse or within what context was this verse said. I would explain to you why I became an atheist, but you know what? Actually, I'm gonna say this. I think it just out of pain. I think that I became an atheist out of pain. My aunt passed away. She went through so much. She died of cancer, and it was just really, you know, it was just like really sad for me, and it was really painful. And I think for me, it just took so much time to heal that hole in my heart. That I felt like so empty. I just really didn't feel like there was a God. But there are other instances and other things that make me come to that conclusion. But at the same time, you know, I'm okay. I'm open to being wrong. You know, this is one thing I've always said. You know, when God comes, if that day ever comes that he, you know, opens the sky up, he or she or whatever opens the sky up, there's only two things you can do. You're either gonna dig a hole so far in the ground where, you know, you can't be seen and you're gonna be pulled out of it, or you're gonna raise your hands up high and accept, right? So that's where I'm at right now with that. But as far as like what I'm seeing people doing, it's okay if you are looking for a place to belong in your spiritual family. But when you're seeing things that are not right and you continue to defend, protect people like NatureBoy, you're doing a disservice to your community. He's passing out diseases to younger women. Because, like, you know, younger women are still a little bit more active sexually. So you're passing these diseases to all these younger women who may in the future become active and have these thoughts of, oh, all these diseases don't even exist. This is all BS. And then they're out here doing their thing, booty clapping sounds with whoever, and it's the disease situation in this country just starts getting worse and worse. You know, and it's just like, I'm really just, I knew a dude, right? A Hotepish type dude that thought exactly like NatureBoy. And this guy, I mean, I swear to God, he just could not deal with normal society pressures, you know, just to like keep a roof over your head, your basics, like literally your basics. And he happened to be a friend that God, he was like a friend of one of my friends, and we became cool, and we were just cool. It's just hard to remember because like our friendship was so long ago. Like we started our friendship like literally like 12 years ago, you know? And I ended the friendship a few years ago because he was just saying things that did not make any sense when it came to health and wealth and doing the things that you're supposed to become a functioning member of society. And he, you know, he abuses his girlfriend. His girlfriend would take up for him a lot. Me and her became friends. So like me and his friendship had ended when I found out that he was an abusive boyfriend, but I stayed friends with her, his girlfriend, because I was very concerned. But as time went on, I saw that she was brainwashed. She really believed that, you know, diseases don't really exist. That's all mental. It's all created by stress, which is the same thing that this guy, NatureBoy, is saying. And the same anger and, you know, the same frustration and look in his eyes, this despondence, this is the same thing that I saw my former friend or former acquaintance. I can't even call this person a friend anymore because like, or I wouldn't want to call them a friend because like we were cool, but oh my God, disclaimer, this is probably very triggering. He actually drugged me. And this is like obviously the ending of our friendship. And it like destroyed everything. He drugged me. He basically, and this is really crazy. I had asked him for a piece of gum or like a mint, and it was in like an Altoids thing. And he opens it, gives it to me. It's like this pink little rock. I put it in my mouth and I chewed it really fast. So it was like sour at first, and I swallowed it. As soon as I swallowed it, I realized the taste, just thinking about it makes me nauseous. Found out it was okay. I was so angry. So since this day, I've never been cool with him. If anything, revenge is still on my mind. But yeah, there's a lot of men that are sticking behind this and supporting this NatureBoy dude, and women too. And it's psychotic. It's sick. Any man who wants to commit those kind of acts in front of their children has other intentions for those kids. Any woman who goes there or leaves her kids behind to be with this dude, not only is the deadbeat, but is the kind of person who values validation from men more than anything else. And I think that this guy, his thing, his anger, his rage, I think it comes from not being able to have this cake and eat it too, or not feel comfortable enough to be who he really is. He practices same-sex relations for fun and for pay, and he has in the past, allegedly, but I've seen things allegedly. I've seen things online that really scare me. So again, everything I'm saying here is alleged from what I've seen online, from what I've heard, from what he verbalizes. You know, this could all be a complete act, you know. So I'm saying allegedly so I don't get sued, and I could be wrong. This could be all fake. You know, this is online. And people just, you know, like clout nowadays. But yeah, I think that he's trying to convince himself that he's man enough, he's good enough, he's smart enough, he's strong enough, and that he's willing enough to overcome the thoughts of, I guess, self-loathing and maybe things from the past that you can't just erase. And so he continues to either dig himself a deeper hole, or he continues to make his cult bigger and stronger. Because the stronger and bigger it gets, the more he'll be able to have control over people and over the narratives. Because these people can leave these, or maybe they'll talk to other people outside of the cult and really influence them. Because that's what bottom line is, like any kind of church or community. They want to influence you. They want to change you. And before I close this up, I just want to say this. To the ladies, especially. I know that some of you guys have been in, have mother-daughter relationships that suck. That your mom didn't tell you were beautiful. Your mom didn't tell you you were smart. Your mom didn't tell you you were worthy. Your mom didn't tell you you can do this. You know, if there's anything I believe in, it's in you. Or fuck that dude, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'll tell him I love him, you know, like, you know, when you're not around, and I'll be, you know, simpy, but when you're not around, if he ever does something to you, you know what I mean? If he ever says something, like, these moms are not teaching their daughters self-love. I'm sorry, my nails look terrible. These moms are not teaching their daughters self-love, man. And these fathers that are not in the picture, who complain about single moms, who are making single moms, are not teaching their daughters self-love and self-respect. And they're not teaching their sons the same type of shit. You guys are teaching your sons they can do and say whatever they want. And the only repercussions that are going to apply to them is going to really just cost money. But it's not going to be taxing on their mind or body or soul. And it's a lie. It's a lie. Okay? There's plenty of people that have done all type of things, and they happen to be men, and they are suffering the mental, emotional consequences of it. Okay? So I'm sorry for the girls out there that have never had somebody tell you, hey, I love you, I care about you. This, how you feel about yourself, how you treat yourself really is a reflection of me as a mom, and I need to be there for you. What do I need to do to be there for you? So you don't go to some raggedy hotep dude who won't even take you to the doctor. And you know what? It's not just guys like him. There's guys that are not, you know, African American or black that do hotepery stuff. There's other people in different type of cults that just want to bring you in so they could use you and spit you out. And usually it's just for your resources, because they know that's the best way they could survive, by scamming and lying. So to those girls, I'm sorry you don't have somebody there for you that cares. I am so disappointed in your fucking moms, because I had a mom like that. And I could easily end up in a cult if had I not had the mental fortitude, or at least some type of intellectuality to be able to comprehend half of the shit that was going on to me and to break it down. You know? I just thank God that I've been able to do that. Some people do not have the inner dialogue. And a lot of moms are not doing what it takes to protect their daughters' self-esteem and pride. And I'm not talking about protecting where you need to be, yo, you can't do this, give me your phone, and controlling. I'm talking about legit, caring, empathetic, kind, you know, understanding and conversation and problem solving. Not just yelling, screaming, oh, you need to be, or trying to control the way her life needs to go because it didn't go. Shit happens. But for the fathers, you guys are really fudging up. I mean, you guys are fucking up so bad, it's pissing me off. I don't even know why I said fudging and then said fucking, because I was going to say it anyway. But it's frustrating when there's so many men online talking about women that they're not even going to date, that they help create, who they leave out to dry. And then some bum, like this dude, NatureBoy, says a couple things online and impresses your daughter. Or your sons, because there's plenty of dudes who have gone there, who've brought their wives, and their wives have not come back, because their wives ended up, you know, staying with NatureBoy. Can you imagine that? You go over there thinking that you're about to get healed, and instead he's giving your wife sexual healing? Yeah. So that's a problem. So guys, please tell me what you think in the comments. Definitely you guys need to check out NatureBoy. You guys need to see what's going on right now. Stay updated. People like NatureBoy are so, so dangerous. Do your research. Look up NatureBoy. This guy is a literal demon. Okay? I'm terrified. Anyway, guys, see you on the next one. Hope we talk soon. Leave your comments below. Ciao.